Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're checking out Grotto King by one of the lovely people over at Blendo Games, who you may remember are responsible for such awesome little experiences as Gravity Bone and 30 Flights of Loving. And this is a first-person action-adventure-y type of deal as far as I know. Basically revolves around your character having just a bow and arrows, and we venture down into some sort of creepy well and go slay a monster, I believe. There are some tricks and traps along the way, I believe. It's going to be a good time. I think we're going to enjoy this one. It looks very interesting to me anyway. And they're using that same engine, the Quake 2 engine, that they used for the other games that their studios produced. So it's always interesting to me to see how they use that engine in different ways that I probably wouldn't have expected. And honestly, these little yen symbols on the lights are actually kind of interesting. I don't know, these lights for whatever reason just look so Quake to me. But I really like this texture actually. It's surprisingly nice, given, I'm not used to seeing sort of like cartoony looking textures in Quake, although I guess you could make an argument that all the textures in Quake were pretty cartoony. But I don't know, it's a different sort of level of cartoony if you follow what I'm saying. So we've got this big open courtyard here. We've got a few of these little crows. If you remember from Gravity Bone, they were hanging. I think they were in Bolt actually. They pop and they explode for whatever reason because they're kind of silly. A couple of those. It just feels like the right thing to do to detonate them. So we see the sign here. It looks like some horrible dragon basilisk. I don't know what you want to call that thing, but it looks like it needs to be slain. And we're going to get 700,000 whatchamacallits for doing it. And I do want to point out, look at that lovely little smoke effect with the transparency. It looks like a little cartoon smoke bubble, and then there's the sparks. But even more interesting, look at this. We've actually got the arrows penetrating this piece of wood here, which is a kind of a cool effect. And it doesn't do it perfectly, like obviously you just saw that one snapped into position, but it does at least do it reasonably well. I mean, that one, the first one over here, I hit at an angle and it sort of snapped over to this side. But it's still very cool that it actually does go through those surfaces. Also, I can't look up or down, which is really confusing me. I just want to see how this reacts with thicker surfaces. Like if I try and shoot this through a corner here, will it work the way I would expect? Well, I guess the way I would expect would be for it to do exactly what it did do. Whoa, what just happened? Did that one just bounce off? Oh, that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure why that did that. Whatever. Anyway, let's get things started. I don't want to keep you waiting too long. I do really like the texture work on all of these surfaces. Are really nice. And with the high contrast shadows, actually, the aesthetic here is much better than you would expect for such an old engine. That's why I always say, if you're in doubt... Oh, okay, we can shoot arrows now, I know that. If you're ever in doubt about like how best to make your game look good, always play to the strengths of an engine. In this case, you don't want to do super detailed. You maybe want to take a cartoony sort of style like this. And I am using the 360 controller, as you probably saw those prompts. But rest assured, if I was using the mouse and keyboard, it still wouldn't have made it, that I could mouse look freely. It's still just mapped to, the horizontal axis up and down on the analog stick or mouse do nothing. So let's grab some Mario coins here with dynamic lighting and everything. And marvel at how strange that water effect is. My goodness. I guess Quake water has always been pretty weird. All the way back as far as I can remember. That is very strange looking. So we've got a little sort of Zelda-y puzzle here where we need to shoot all these targets. And it'll make a Mario fireball sound, evidently. Which is kind of cute, I suppose. And a one-up sound as we go through the door. That, I don't know, that's kind of taken me out of the game, actually, having these goofy sound effects. Not that I expected them to be, like, super serious or anything, but, I don't know, I feel like that takes me out of the theme, and I feel, for the most part right now, the theme in this game is very strong. Whoa, okay, that only stays out for a split second, and now I know that. So we made it through another puzzle. I believe this game is quite short, so don't be too surprised if we're done with it before we are ready to be done with it. That does happen occasionally. Test my arrow shooting skills here. Nothing too bad, and we've opened up a much deeper well. So I guess those are supposed to be like glyphs. I don't know, I guess like Viking type mythology. I'm totally cool with that. Skyrim is a lot of fun. I know that's been sort of the flavor of the month when it comes to Norse mythology, has been mostly all about Skyrim, but I embraced it fully. I thought that was well done. That just kind of scared me a bit. Honestly, wasn't expecting there to be an eye monster down here. Maybe this is the thing we're supposed to kill already. Is this game that short? I hope not. Makes a nice stereo sound, which is quite useful to actually let me know which direction it's going to come from. Taking a very large number of arrows, though, given that the required number for any boss to take is always 3. There it goes. Get a couple extra shots in, and it spit out a bunch of skulls. What's up with those skulls? They look like they have little pictures on them or something. I don't know. I can't quite understand what I'm looking at there. Anyway, door has opened. Let's proceed. Sorry about any framiness you might notice. That is just a result of recording. The game itself had no issues from the little bit that I played to test. I should, of course, mention this game is completely free. So if this does look like something that might be a bit of fun for you, feel free to go grab it. I will put the download link right in the description, as I always do. And we will continue to shoot targets here. I don't know, I guess I gotta time my way through those blocks before they knock me off, what is it, Double Dragon style. Sort of what that's reminding me of. That wasn't exactly that challenging. The README said something about that this would be a nice level of challenge for both novices and gurus alike. So far, uh-oh, that could have gone better. Alright, so let's do that again. Of course, make me eat my words when I was just about to say how easy the game is. Not that this is necessarily not that this is necessarily hard at all. I'm just, like, having a very hard time concentrating for whatever reason, because I keep talking and not concentrating on the timing necessary to get through this little pseudo-puzzle. Oh, why would I do that then? I need to do it when it's the other way around, like right now. No. See, now I've just screwed myself up because the timing on this is just goofy. Wait for it to go out. And now. There we go. It had to take 3 seconds to actually think about what I was about to do before I actually started doing it. It's a good motto for life in general. So we do need to make it across this little gap here. Should not be a huge problem. I don't know if this was even required. It may not have been. What's that going to open? Oh, it's going to slide the wall over. That's pretty creative, actually, for level design. I always like areas that overlap. Like, this is very Legend of Zelda-esque sort of little dungeon challenge. I think it's very neat. And then we keep going deeper and deeper, which is also very cool. I don't know, I keep taking, like, fake damage every time I fall. I mean, there's no other way for me to get around it. I was going to take damage there. Oh, what is that down there? It's supposed to be lava, but it's, like, wiggly in a weird way. Anyway, let's shoot this arrow at that. What is going to happen? I guess I just need to... Oh! Okay, got it. Alright, there's a little memory puzzle here. We got to exchange sides, it looks like, every time. So I will jump right on that platform as soon as humanly possible, and I will follow this around as we do this little silly path. Okay, that worked out just fine, and we had time to spare. 3 more coins. It'd be kind of silly if you miss some of these coins, I have to say. I'm guessing this is going to end up being a full playthrough of this game, because I have a feeling we're probably already nearing the end. Unfortunately. Yeah, it's you again. Oh, he's gonna shoot skulls at me this time. I thought I detonated you into a million pieces. Well, I can circle strafe like a boss, so don't expect to get too many shots in on me. That is the majesty of a 360 controller and/or any control mechanism, I suppose, with a first-person perspective. Oh, we get to go deeper? I like that loading screen. Okay, I guess there's more. I stand corrected. Alright, let's go backward, because that's always what I like to do. Let's see what's behind the character. Oh, well, it's a full loop. So evidently, nothing worth seeing. So there's another target, and another target. I guess we had to shoot 2 that time for reasons unknown. Oh, look, he's all tired this time. Oh. I feel like a jerk hurting you if you're just gonna be sleepy. I really like these birds. I want to be friends with them. But, as is so often the case in these style games, I feel we have no other way, you know, to peacefully resolve this conflict. So unfortunately, I gotta shoot you in the eye. That's not really pleasant for anyone. Take out the crows first, why not? Oh, did that make him upset? Were they his friends? Look me right into your eye, in my eye. Your special eye. Alright. So I had to do it, man, I'm sorry. I was never gonna get out of here if I didn't. So we've slain the beast. For your valiant efforts, the king rewards you with cursed gold, the end. What a jerk. Alright, so that was Grotto King by Blendo Games. It was pretty neat. I actually quite like this short little fun excursion into a little bit of dungeon crawly, platformy, shooty goodness. I don't know, I really like games that are just sort of like these little compact nuggets of fun that you can just jump into at any time. I mean, granted, they don't have really any replay value, but it is really fun to just jump through them, see where this little journey is going to take us, and just enjoy, in general, just enjoy the aesthetic and presentation that was put before us. I mean, it cost me $0 to play, and again, feel free to go download this yourself if you'd like to try it, or maybe run through it with a friend. Discuss the implications of nugget-sized games. I guess that's what we're calling them now. I just made that up right now. And that's going to pretty much do it. So as always, feel free to head on over to my website, which is indie-impressions.com, so you can stay up on all the new stuff with the channel. All the new old videos, you know, new and old videos, I should say, are all archived there for your perusal. They are sorted and tagged by genre if you want to browse them however you see fit. You can look for all the free games, all the paid games, Steam, Desera, you name it, I got a tag for it, as well as genres, if you want to just do horror games or first-person games or whatnot, abstract, surreal games, those are all there. So feel free to click around and see what you can find, as well as check out the forums, which are over at that website as well. Start a conversation, join a conversation, meet some cool people. There's a lot of cool people over there. I hope to get the conversations flowing as freely as possible. So if you'd like to help me out, that's one way you can do it. Aside from the website, though, facebook.com/indieimpressions, if you'd like to stop by there, feel free to leave a like on that website, and you will get every day's new video delivered into your Facebook stream, as well as any contests or game giveaways or just general news updates. They generally tend to appear on the Facebook page. So if you want to stay in touch with what's going on a base level, that is the quickest way to do it, and it does help me out if you leave a like there. But again, entirely up to you, however you choose to browse the interwebs. Aside from that, if you're an indie dev and you'd like to possibly get your game featured on the show, quickest way to reach me is to either send me an email over the contact form, which is right on the website I mentioned earlier, or if you'd like to, you can just send me a tweet over at Twitter, and my Twitter handle is @RockLeeSmile. All my social media links are located right in the description of this video, as well as the download link for this game itself, and a short little blurb, of course, about the game. So, yeah, feel free to look through that description, see what you can find. Let me know your comments and any questions or concerns, of course, in the YouTube comments. You know, I'm always curious to hear what kind of feedback you have on the game itself. I think this is a pretty cool game. I have a hard time seeing that people would have a lot of things to fault about it, but, you know, if you have a criticism, I am always curious to hear it. My ears are always open, and if you'd like to just say, hey, that is fine too. But, you know, I'd prefer keep it about the game if possible, but, you know, go where your heart takes you. That's fine. Well, who am I to stifle you? We're all here together on this little indie incredible journey to see what we can find, and the journey will go on as long as humanly possible. I want to see, there's millions of indie games out there. We're going to try and cover, like, 5% of them in my lifetime, which will still be probably many thousands. So we'll keep the dream alive, and you guys keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I hope you have a fantastic night, and I'll see you back here again tomorrow for another awesome indie game. So I'll talk to you then, and see you later.